remember the moment everything changed on that set. The air was thick with cigarette smoke and the kind of tension that makes your skin crawl. Martin Scorsese had just called Places for what would become one of the most terrifying scenes in cinema history, and I, Joe Pesci, was about to gamble everything on pure instinct. "Marty," I said, grabbing the director's sleeve as crew members bustled around us. "Can I skip the rehearsal?" Scorsese's eyebrows shot up. Here we were, filming one of the most crucial scenes in Goodfellas, and I wanted to go in cold. Raw. Dangerous. "You sure about this, Joe?" I nodded, feeling that familiar fire building in my chest, the same rage I'd watched consume men in the streets of Brooklyn, the kind that could turn a joke into a funeral in seconds. If I rehearse that kind of energy, I lose it. It dies. What happened next would haunt Ray Liotta for years. The cameras rolled, and I became Tommy DeVito, not the character, but the animal. When Ray's character Henry called me funny, something primal exploded inside me. The words came from a place deeper than script pages, darker than any rehearsal room could contain. Funny how? What's funny about it? I watched Ray's face drain of color. This wasn't acting anymore, this was survival. His nervous laughter wasn't in the script. The way his voice cracked when he tried to explain himself. Pure terror. Because in that moment, he wasn't looking at Joe Pesci the actor. He was staring into the eyes of every violent man who'd ever made him question whether he'd live to see tomorrow. The entire crew held their breath. I could feel their fear radiating from behind the cameras, and I fed on it. This was real. This was what Scorsese wanted, that split second when you're not sure if you're watching a movie or witnessing a murder about to happen. Cut. Scorsese's voice cracked like a whip through the silence. The spell broke. Ray's hands were shaking as he reached for his water bottle. The makeup artist rushed over to dab the sweat from his forehead. But Scorsese had tears in his eyes. "That's it," he whispered. "That's the take." Years later, when they handed me the Oscar for Best Supporting Actor, I thought about that moment. How sometimes the most powerful art comes not from preparation, but from the willingness to let something dangerous and real claw its way out of your soul. That scene didn't just win me an award, it captured something true about violence, about fear, about the thin line between laughter and bloodshed. The irony. The scene that made my career was the one I refused to practice for. Sometimes the best performances come when you trust your instincts over your training, when you let the monster out of its cage and pray you can control it long enough to serve the story. That's the magic of cinema, when the line between performance and reality disappears, and for a few terrifying moments, everyone in the room forgets they're just making a movie. Subscribe to the channel and stay tuned for more incredible stories to come.